Tonight on SUTV News, some local entrepreneurs give us a closer look at starting a new business.
And from farm to table, one local restaurant shows us just how their meat makes it from to your plate.
All that news coming up right now.
Thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Marina Barnett.
And I'm Louis DeSanto. Dr. John Cootie, Dean of the John L. Grove College of Business, was named 2016 President of the Mid-Atlantic Association of Colleges of Business Administration. As the new president, he will be helping schools improve their programs and do fundraising for the MAC-AB.
You know, what can I do as a president, and of course the board as well, to add value to members of the organization, and how to improve upon its services during this year.
Dr. Cootie will be working with business schools up and down the Mid-Atlantic starting next year. Creating a successful business can be difficult, but the owners of Pixel and Hammer Studios found it can be done. Victor Adun has more.
Emily Pierre worked as a graphic designer for a local newspaper before she decided she wanted to work for herself.
I like the responsibility of working for myself and making my own schedule, and being able to work with clients that are aligned with my values.
She would later bring on Chris Moas, a computer programmer, and Heather Moas, a project manager, as her business partners at Pixel and Hammer Studios.
To be honest, I'm a dropout. I started to go to college, and I was recruited by a company that was doing work for the United States Senate. So they brought me on board. I thought it was super exciting. So I did my work for the Senate, and I've kind of just been doing this ever since.
I've worked for different industries for the past a little over 12 years until I found my way here.
Starting out was not easy. The three had to find the money to get started and learn how to run a business. But running a business does have its rewards.
I really enjoyed the relationship with the client, and that whole process of getting to know the client and continuing a relationship with them.
One of the perks of being a business owner, I could bring my own daughter to work with me.
According to the Small Business Development Council and government data, 3 out of 5 small businesses will be out of business in less than 3 years. The remaining 2 will struggle to make a profit. Pixel and Hammer has been in business for 6 years, a good sign.
Why do people want to become an entrepreneur? I think the number one reason I always hear is they want to be their own boss.
Over 50% of the American working population work in small businesses, making entrepreneurs like Emily, Heather, and Chris crucial to the American economy. Starting a business is not easy, but Emily, Heather, and Chris proved that with determination it is possible. This is Victor Edun reporting for SUTV News.
SHIP students interested in starting a business can find help from the Small Business Development Center. They provide consulting and training to small business owners. Email them at sbdc@ship.edu.
The Grace B. Lurs University Elementary School is hosting a book fair this week. It brings elementary kids who are inspired to read and also college students looking to benefit their future. Darby Sells has the story.
The semi-annual Lurs Library Book Fair is going on this week through Friday. For the kids, it's a way to inspire them to pick out their own books and read outside of school.
If you're in a car to go to family and you forgot to pack everything, you can always read a book, and they're just really fun to read at any time.
Not only does the book fair give students a chance to expand their libraries at home, profits go to expand the library in school.
The book fair works with Scholastic so that we get a percentage of the profits as credit towards books that we can add to our collection.
College students majoring in education are also taking advantage of the convenience of a book fair right on campus.
As seniors, we're trying to build our classroom library, and having this down here is really, it's easy to just come down and look at the books and see which ones are available.
The books aren't just to keep in the classroom for the students to read, they are used as a teaching tool as well.
I look a lot for the way the author writes in the book, like the different kinds of fonts that the author uses, different teaching points that I could take out of a book. This one that I found, I've never seen. I have been looking in like Scholastic book fairs and everything, and I haven't seen this book anywhere. So to see stuff like that here, and you're able to get them immediately rather than ordering online.
The librarian is committed to her goal of $4,300.
If we reach our goal, then very bright colored slime will be poured over my head.
I wanted it to be an attainable goal because the kids were really quite excited about being able to slime Mr. Smith. So I felt like it was attainable, yet a little bit of a challenge.
Organizers even scheduled the book fair later in the year to encourage students to buy books, posters, and supplies as holiday gifts. For SUTV News, I'm Darby Sells.
The book fair's final day is tomorrow from 7:30 to 3:30 in the Lurs Library. Students passing through the library yesterday got a chance to revisit kindergarten fun. They traced turkey hands and wrote messages of what they're thankful for or positive messages to give to someone who needs them. Positive Turkey Day was sponsored by the University Counseling Center in collaboration with the Learning Center.
Settling into college is tough enough, but when you have to make the transition in a brand new country, the challenge is even tougher. Ian Fitzgerald has more.
Ashawn Roll, a student from the Bahamas, is adapting to his new life abroad.
Dancing since I was 5. Basically, I was doing like a lot of choreographed dance routines from Tyler Perry's movies and plays. But I got serious about dancing when I was 13. Auditioned for a dance group back in the Bahamas. Unfortunately, didn't make it, but still got trained in ballet and ballroom dance and hip hop.
A way for Ashawn to relax is to do one of his favorite passions, dance, here at the Shipwreck. A place where Ashawn says he feels more at home.
Like, I came here on a tour, so I need a place to have mirrors so I can dance. So my roommate, Elder, he's like, there's a great room in the rec center. They got mirrors, music, I'm done. So I wake up early in the mornings, come here like around 7, 8, dance a little bit before I go to class.
Director of International Programs, Mary Burnett, helps students adjust to their new life abroad.
I help understand U.S. practice, kind of why we do certain things a certain way, even helping them understand higher education or understanding how on a U.S. college campus it could be very different than in their home country.
Ashawn left the Bahamas for a better opportunity at achieving his life goals.
Once I graduate, I'll become a strength and conditioning coach. This will allow me to work with college students or professional athletes.
In order to achieve these goals, Ashawn looks to others for support.
My family and my culture, because I represent my family first. So I'm always thinking about, okay, I gotta remember the name that I have. I'm a role, so I gotta remember my family's back home, gotta be smart. And plus I'm the only Bahamian here. So if I messed up or do anything that's not Bahamian-like, the Bahamas student at Schwarzenberg University, he messed up. The whole Caribbean is wrong. So I got a lot of motivation though for my country and my family.
Ashawn has also made friends here at SHIP to make his transition easier.
I was in here dancing one day and Ashawn rolled up with a couple of his friends and asked if we could dance together, and we were just hanging out. Meeting Ashawn 3 years later when I'm a senior was like a dream come true, because I had that bond with somebody who could relate to the more hard-hitting style of dance. And so ethnically it's cool too. We're both from different backgrounds and different cultures, and I think we can learn from each other not just through dance, but we both have different styles. We were brought up differently, and through that, diversity brings people together, and it helps you to understand each other and be more empathetic toward culture.
SHIP strives for students like Ashawn to form into well-rounded adults. For SCTV News, I'm Ian Fitzgerald.
The international program and others like it aim to make SHIP home for students from abroad. have numbers of options when it comes to justice. We'll tell you more about it.
Plus, SHIP pays respects to those lost in the Paris attacks. More on World News coming up.
Shippensburg University requires any reported crimes of sexual misconduct to go through a disciplinary hearing. But Julie Ratcliffe tells us why this process might not be the best way for the victim to find justice.
A trial can re-traumatize a victim of sexual violence. But when a college student is the victim of a crime, a criminal trial is not the only option, as it may take years to reach a verdict. A victim can also file a claim with the university and hand the proceedings over to a disciplinary board. Criminal trials use a judge, jury, and lawyers to ensure a fair hearing. In a university trial, the disciplinary board makes all the final decisions.
Each student is entitled to due process, and those cases are adjudicated, meaning they come before a board. They're never mediated.
If the university decides the claim is true, the response is immediate, suspension or expulsion. But this remedy only addresses one victim, not potential victims.
If you withdraw, if we expel you, you can very much go to another university.
Rafaela is a member of REACT, a peer education group specializing in sexual violence issues. Ayula and other REACT members act as victim advocates, and he believes there's no right answer when it comes to finding justice.
I wish there was something that was like, this is the obvious choice because it works so well and it gives the consequence to the person that deserves the consequence every time perfectly, and it heals this person, but like there's not that.
Whether it's a criminal trial or a university hearing, it's up to the victim. But Shippensburg University programs like REACT and SHIP Says No More are sources of guidance. For SUTV News, I'm Julie Ratcliffe.
For those unsure of which path to take, a criminal trial and a university hearing can happen simultaneously.
The terrorist attacks in Paris had an impact around the world, and it inspired a vigil on campus this week. Joe Rodriguez has more.
The United Campus Ministry held a vigil Tuesday night in memory of the victims of the Paris terrorist attacks. Students and faculty came together hoping to spread awareness and peace. Organizer of the event, Minister Jane Bai, expressed gratitude for the vigil's outcome.
It's just good to see that folks care and say, yeah, I want my world to be a better place.
The vigil was full of poems and music aimed to end violence across the world.
French police say they've caught the suspects. The investigation of the Paris bombing tops this week's World News. French authorities say the ringleader of the Paris attacks has been found along 7 men and a woman in a raid against terrorist suspects. Belgian state broadcaster RTBF reported 3 of the suspects died after the woman blew herself up. The leader's body was found riddled up with bullets in the apartment raided in St. Denis. In other news, 5 Syrian citizens have been detained at the airport of the capital of Honduras. They had stolen Greek passports. Local authorities say the men intended to travel through Central America into Mexico and eventually cross into the United States. And lastly, a group of penguins tried to escape a Denmark zoo. Employees knew something was up when they spotted the little footprints in the snow. When they confronted the penguins, the flock fled in a hurry. The penguins were found and brought back to safety. That's it for World News this week. I'm Joe Rodriguez.
When we come back, the Little Princess Playhouse celebrates its 25th show.
And you voted, we have the results. We'll tell you the top video games worth lining up for on Black Friday.
News brings updates on the budget. Ship Life covers Don't Forget the Lyrics in the Cub. Sports covers cross country at Nationals in Missouri. And entertainment has a review of Sunday's orchestra concert. Keep up all week on theslateonline.com. I'm Tyler Law.
The rain has come to an end and sunny skies are on their way. Tonight, expect a low of 38 degrees with clear skies. Now tomorrow, plentiful sunshine with a high of 50 degrees. Let's take a look at our 5-day. Expect mostly sunny skies on Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures are in the lower 50s on Saturday, then drop to the lower 40s on Sunday. The trend continues with sunny skies every day to start off your week. Temperatures in the upper 40s throughout the week. Have a fantastic weekend. St. Lucia will be reading from her freshly released book of poems, Because I Did Not Die. These poems reflect a history full of destruction and the light of hope.
So a lot of it is a story of survival. A survival from a path of destruction that too many people get sucked into and don't survive.
Come join in on this reading and book signing on Friday at the Whistle Stop Bookshop in Carlisle, 5 to 6 p.m. Little Princess Playhouse performers are preparing to take the stage this weekend for local children in the community. Marina Barnett has the story.
Every Wednesday evening, the students in the Creating Children's Theater class report to Stewart Hall to rehearse. They learn and perform plays to put on for the local community.
Many of the students that are in the class are elementary ed teachers. So this is a chance for them to get up in front of a group of people and learn how to be creative.
Performing up close and personal to children gives the actors experience they can use in the classroom.
Well, as being a teacher, it helps me actually feel more confident in the classroom because they encourage here, hey, be as silly and serious as you can be at the same time, if that makes sense. But you actually get to project yourself more, and it's helped me in the classroom reading stories to the children and actually teaching lessons.
Dr. Paul and Professor Gretchen Leitner saw a need in the community for local children's theater and decided to give this class a try. This year marks a milestone performance.
We've been going for 7 years now, and we're hitting the show number 25, so we're pretty excited.
And the program is special to students. They often continue after they finish the class.
That, for me, says something. It's a real testament to the program and how much the students here at Shippensburg really enjoy the program.
This is junior Matt Hahn's 4th production.
I just get so much out of it. I love working with everyone here. It's always pleasant and I feel welcome. It's like another family.
The group stages 2 plays and a performance. This year they bring Cinderella and Snow White to life. For SUTV Entertainment, I'm Marina Barnett.
For dates and showtimes, visit SUTVnews.com, keyword princess. Come enjoy a night of 18th century music at the Lours Performing Arts Center, performed by the Shippensburg University Community Orchestra.
So it's all kind of music that feels a little bit like the 18th century, even if it wasn't all composed in the 18th century. So that means it's music that's very easy to listen to.
Catch this performance on Sunday, November 22nd at 3 p.m. Black Friday is just around the corner and gamers everywhere will be waking up bright and early for deals. Jake Gillespie has the top 5.
Your victory will be short-lived.
It's November, and that means top new games are coming out faster than we can buy them, and just in time for Black Friday. We asked the viewers what games they were looking forward to buying, and we have the top 5. Number 5, Bloodborne, Game of the Year Edition. Bloodborne released back in March, but Sony Computer Entertainment didn't have to wait long before fans were begging for the Game of the Year edition. The game comes out on Black Friday. The new edition also features the new DLC, The Old Hunters, featuring brand new weapons, armor, and environments. Number 4, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Every year, Creed fans wonder if Ubisoft will top the previous year's game, and it seems they have with Syndicate. Set in London, the new title features 2 different playable characters, twins Evie and Jacob Fry, trying to take the city from the dreaded Templars. Players can now drive carriages throughout the city and even fight on top of the carriages. Number 3, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Nintendo keeps cranking out hits, and this one is sure to keep you on your toes. Get up and moving while playing with your favorite characters in classic mode, knockout challenges, or even online with friends. But watch out for the random drops. You never know when your opponent might find a mushroom. Number 2, Star Wars Battlefront. Battlefront fans have waited 10 years for this moment. EA DICE has teamed up with makers of the Battlefield franchise to release what could be the best Star Wars game yet. Online battles can now hold between 8 and 40 players at once, and even include vehicles. The title comes with 4 planets to start and a free downloadable planet coming sometime within the next few months. Number 1, Fallout 4. Bethesda Softworks' latest installment of the best-selling series certainly kept fans waiting, but now that it's finally here, it seems that the wait was definitely worth it. The new title takes place in the year 2287 in post-apocalyptic New England, known as the Commonwealth. The massive map and non-linear storylines are sure to provide dozens, if not hundreds, of hours of gameplay. The game received an amazing 9.5 rating from IGN, making it just the 4th game released this year to do so.
In an instant, whether or not you're ready.
Well, that's the top 5 most anticipated games for Black Friday. Make sure you get some sleep on Turkey Day. You'll definitely have to get up early for these games. Jake Gillespie, SUTV Entertainment.
It might be tempting to buy all these games, but it would lighten your wallet by over $300. That's all we have for entertainment this week, and we'll see you after Thanksgiving.
Coming up in sports, Zach Salzgiver recaps the Red Raider season.
And learn which freshman is already making a name for himself on the court.
Welcome back to SUTV Sports. I'm Jake Gillespie. Shippensburg's own Antonio Kellum won Freshman of the Week. Justin Miller has the story.
Freshman guard Antonio Kellum was named PSAC East Basketball Freshman of the Week. Coach Chris Fight said he's adapting to the team very well and the playing style very well.
Job for us so far. Obviously, he was selected as Freshman of the Week this week. We had 2 big wins at home, and he played a pivotal role in both of those games.
Kellum is averaging 14 points per game for the first 2 games on 62.5% shooting. He said it's an honor to win PSAC East Freshman of the Week and is going to push him to play harder for the rest of the games coming this season.
It's a great feeling to be Freshman of the Week. I think it's something I can look forward to keep playing as a freshman and, do whatever my team needs me to do.
This won't be the last you hear of him, though. He has been hitting 50% from 3-point range and is averaging 6.5 rebounds per game. Justin Miller, SUTV Sports.
Catch the Raiders basketball team when they take on Westchester December 1st at 8 p.m. The volleyball team headed into the PSAC playoffs Tuesday night with a 6-game winning streak. Matt Trust has the highlights.
Shippensburg women hosted Westchester at Haggis Fieldhouse on Tuesday night, and this one went the distance into a decisive 5th set to the delight of the Red Sea. They were loud all game long. Annie Goer registered a total 17 kills en route to a 15-6 win in the 5th set to clinch the victory. For SUTV Sports, I'm
to the semifinals. They will play Edinburgh tomorrow at 5 p.m. The Red Raiders finished the season last week with a 69-20 win against Mercyhurst. Zach Salzgiver has the season recap.
The Raiders started off the year with a lot of questions after losing key players on both sides of the ball. Those worries were quickly erased by Ryan Zapaticki winning PSAC Offensive Player of the Week in a 64-14 win over Seton Hill, followed by a last-second nail-biter in the rain versus Edinburgh to start the season off 2-0. The Red Hot Raiders were quickly cooled off, losing 2 straight to Cal and PSAC East rival Bloomsburg in back-to-back weeks, leaving them struggling to find an identity on defense. The turning point of the Raiders season came a week later in a 27-point fourth-quarter comeback to beat East Stroudsburg in a 5-overtime thriller, winning 69-67. Riding that momentum, Shippensburg reeled off 5 straight wins and were in sole possession of the PSAC East, needing a win versus Kutztown to clinch it, but came up just short, losing 51-27, ending their playoff hope. Coming off that loss, the Raiders came ready to play for their seniors against Mercyhurst, with each of the 5 senior skilled position players scoring on senior day, and 3 players set single-season records, including sacks and all-purpose yards, sending them off with a win to remember and momentum the Raiders can ride into the offseason. TV Sports, I'm Zach Salzgiver.
9 Red Raiders featured as all PSAC honorees with 6 first-team picks. The team finished the season with an 8-2 record. Well, that's all we have for SUTV Sports. I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, but for now, let's send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Jake. That's all we have for SUTV News. I'm Luis DeSanto.
And I'm Marina Barnett. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News, and check out our website, sutvnews.com.
We'll see you next time.